Hello there, sports gamers. Welcome back into the channel. I'm Brandon Satterwhite. So yesterday we got the news on who was going to be on the cover of MLB The Show 25, and today we got a lot more info, including our first look at the cover, when the game's going to release, what consoles it's going to release on, and a little bit of info about the game itself. We also found out when we can expect to hear more from SDS about this next entry in the series. A lot to go over in this video, so let's get into it. Hey guys, real quick before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to make a quick announcement. We have a brand new YouTube channel completely devoted to baseball gaming. It's called SGO Dugout. Now it's going to be a little bit different from what you see over here on the main Sports Gamers Online channel. SGO Dugout, it's going to be sort of like our SGO Gridiron channel. It's going to be a lot more gameplay focused. We're going to be a lot of us playing the actual games that we talk about here on SGO, and not just MLB The Show. Of course, there'll be a lot of MLB The Show over there, but also other baseball games like The Bigs or Backyard Baseball or MLB 2K or whatever we end up finding. Right now, I'm doing a series over there where I try to win a World Series in every Sony MLB game that they've made. I also have a video that I'm working on about ESPN Baseball Tonight for the Sega Genesis. So a wide range of games are going to be covered over there on SGO Dugout, and of course we're going to be playing a lot of MLB The Show once the new game comes out. We'll be live streaming that on that channel as well as on our Twitch channel. So if you like baseball content, you like what we do here on SGO covering baseball games, and you want a little bit more, make sure you go check out SGO Dugout, and also make sure you follow us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/sportsgamersonline. Thank you all so much for watching. Let's get back to the video. Alright, so here we go. Here is the cover of MLB The Show 25. Of course, here you got Paul Skeens, Ellie De La Cruz, and Gunnar Henderson, the three guys that posted those videos yesterday saying they were going to be on the cover. And on a blog post on theshow.com, we have a blog post from MLB The Show talking a little bit about each of these guys. It has like a brief bio about each of them and whatnot, but then down here we get our first bit of information about MLB The Show 25. We get the info that it's going to be releasing on March 18th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. So that means MLB The Show 25 is finally going to be a current gen only title. The PS4 and the Xbox One are not going to get the game this year, which I think is the right move. This is something that they probably should have done a couple of years ago so that they could finally, harness the full power of these current generation consoles. The things have been out for over 4 years now. I think they came out in November of 2020, so yeah, it's been over 4 years. We're basically halfway through this console generation. We're just now moving to this game being on this generation only. I think it'll hopefully make the game better. They'll be able to really dig into how powerful the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S really are. But this is the part that a lot of people have been talking about today. The game will not be on platform subscription services in 2025. Now, that is a big thing because basically ever since MLB The Show went multi-platform in 2021, they've been a day one Xbox Game Pass game where all you had to have was a Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and you were able to play the show day one. And now Xbox players are going to have to actually buy the game at full price, which is interesting. I'm curious as to why they decided to make this change all these years later. There's probably multiple reasons that Sony had for why they wanted to do this, but it is interesting, and it does kind of suck for Xbox players. We also learned that the early access period will begin on Friday, March 14th for those who purchase the Digital Deluxe Edition. We'll also get our first look at the gameplay trailer next week on February 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can look forward to more weekly feature reveals, including feature trailer deep dives featuring MLB Network host Robert Flores, and the return of feature premieres from the development team at SDS. And then pre-orders for all editions, the standard and digital deluxe edition. So only 2 versions of the game this year, it looks like. But pre-orders will open on February 4th, a few hours before that trailer drops. But that was our first little bit of info that dropped today. We got the consoles it's going to be on, no Xbox Game Pass, and the actual release dates. And then the PlayStation Store listing for MLB The Show 25 went up. You can't pre-order it yet, but you can wishlist it. And here we have the game's description. It's pretty small. There's not a whole lot here, but there is something in here that I think is pretty interesting. It says, ignite your passion and build your very own path to greatness from high school all the way to the Hall of Fame, which I thought was really interesting because they've talked a lot in what they've talked about MLB The Show 25 so far. They've really mentioned Road to the Show, and specifically the pre-draft experience in Road to the Show. That's sort of what they seem to be focusing on this year for Road to the Show. And with them saying from high school all the way to the Hall of Fame, it makes you wonder, okay, are you going to be able to play like your high school baseball games in Road to the Show finally? I think that would be a really cool addition. Also, on the cover itself here, you can see the LSU logo, which is where Paul Skeens played his final year of collegiate baseball, is actually on the MLB The Show cover. So they had to have gotten like the rights to put that there, which means it's possible that we have colleges in MLB The Show 25. Now, that was actually a feature that they sent out in a survey to fans a few months ago, specifically for Diamond Dynasty. The concept that they pitched to people in that survey was having college cards for certain players, and the one they specifically mentioned as an example was Paul Skeens having like an LSU card and a Pittsburgh Pirates card. So I think that's something that it definitely seems like could be in the game, but if you combine colleges possibly being in the game with it saying from high school all the way to the Hall of Fame, it makes you wonder if you'll be able to play high school and college baseball on your way to the major leagues in Road to the Show. Now, of course, that hasn't been confirmed yet, but with them talking a lot about the pre-draft experience in Road to the Show, I think that would be a really cool feature to add, and I think that would have a lot of people, including myself, who have been critical of the state of Road to the Show. I mean, I made a huge video last year about what happened to Road to the Show. I think that would get a lot of people bought into the mode immediately, and the mode is still, you know, incredibly popular. The devs have said that it's their most played mode. You know, there's a lot of people that just download MLB The Show just for Road to the Show. So I think if they add that, the mode will just be incredibly popular. Again, we have to wait and see for sure. This is all just speculation, but that's what that sounds like to me. If you piece all of this stuff together, it sounds like that's definitely a possibility. And then this last part here, it says, lovingly crafted entry in the series comes complete with comprehensive suite of gameplay and quality of life enhancements, all this designed from the ground up to get you to the action faster. That last sentence definitely sounds like they're trying to harness the power of the PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles because, you know, designing from the ground up, that, you know, basically designing around the new consoles is kind of what it sounds like. And then getting you to the action faster. One big selling point of these consoles when they first came out back in 2020 was the faster loading times because of the SSDs within them instead of just the hard disk drives. The solid state drives allowed them to load things a whole lot quicker. So that might be something that they talk about possibly in the lead up to the release of the game, is possibly much faster loading times. And then finally, the last couple of details we found today, they updated the MLB The Show 25 frequently asked questions section. You can find here on their website. I won't go through all of these because some of them we've already talked about, but the ones I found interesting, will there be a collector's edition? They said there is no physical collector's edition this year, which I thought was interesting. Usually they have the big, you know, $120, $140 collector's edition each year that comes with the hat and whatnot. Apparently they're not going to have one this year, which is interesting. Also, they confirmed there will not be a pre-launch tech test this year. They also said Stadium Creator is still only going to be available on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, so it is not coming to Nintendo Switch. Year-to-year saves are confirmed to not be coming back in MLB The Show 25. However, custom stadiums and logos that are uploaded to the vaults in MLB The Show 24 will transfer over to MLB The Show 25 when it launches. That's going to do it for this video, guys. A bit of a shorter one again, but again, just wanted to give you all the information about what we got today. Again, MLB The Show 25 will release on March 14th in early access, and then the full release is March 18th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch, and the game will not be on Xbox Game Pass day one this year for the first time since 2021. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel. Also go check out our baseball channel, SGO Dugout, if you enjoy our baseball coverage. Also, make sure to check out our live streams over on twitch.tv/sportsgamersonline. And for all your sports gaming news and updates, stay tuned to Sports Gamers Online. I'm Brandon Satterwhite with SGO. Thank you for watching.